my brother Ty Boogie expecting their third kid, right? Now, yay. So new entry, ladies and gentlemen. It's millennials, Gen Zs, Gen Alphas. Now we got Gen Beta. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a replication of his own DNA. So this is a Ty Boogie, you know, Gen Beta version of Ty Boogie, the youngest version of Ty Boogie, right? I know that's weird. It's weird putting it that way, but yo, you know, I have to be creative. My bad. Let's see.
Stoic in principle, free in the physical. Growing pains my agitation, so caring reciprocal. You my sibling just because your birth was a miracle.
Traditions, dog, when it comes to like even, you know, deciding to whether or not to celebrate Christmas. I know it's an unpopular thing to decide. You know what I'm saying? Okay, put it like this. Maybe I'm trying to celebrate Christmas on a day that's not Christmas. Look, imagine celebrating Christmas on the 22nd of April. Yo, I'm bugging. My fault. Alright, cool. Ty, bro. Save me, nigga. My bad.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Ty Boogie.
It's your girl Leona, but Lay Boogie.
You feel me?
Lay
So today,
Boogie
I
and
know
Ty
it's been a
Boogie.
while. I think the last time we did a video, she was pregnant.
Okay, nice meeting, Lay Boogie. You know, I never was, yeah, nice meeting you, Lay Boogie. Okay, I only know Ty. You know what I'm saying? Of which it's a W man's, bro. You don't want to be just like, you know, exposing vulnerable aspects of it because your girl, bro, is it's a vulnerable. That's a vulnerable aspect of your life right there, right? And I can respect the man that doesn't just put that in front of people's faces, especially with a content creator such as Ty. You know what I'm saying? You don't want, you know, a whole bunch of strangers daily, you know what I'm saying, bumping into your content, you know, with you exposing your girl, especially if your girl is not the person to be like, yo, yeah, let's be online and da. You know, she's a private person, blah blah, all that kind of thing, right? SW, that's cool. So with that being said, I think I've been tapped into Thai content, I think half a year now or something like that. But it's only now that I meet Lay Boogie, right? Yeah, Lay Boogie. So the Boogie family, like, okay, it's not the Boogie family, it's the Garrett family, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can peep it right there. I would just assume that it's the Boogie family because, right, Ty Boogie, Lay Boogie. Alright, my fault.
No, you wasn't pregnant.
I was not pregnant, but we just had time.
Yeah, just, oh my god, my freaking sloppiness, bro. Why would I not, you know, come and do this now, dog? Where are my manners, bruh? What are we here for, right? I'm just presenting to you, you know, lovely pregnant family. You know what I'm saying? Happy family. Oh my god, look at that. I'm out here, like, just like joining into the festivities. You know what I'm saying? Kind of just like finding their positive energy. Contagious, you know what I'm saying? So much so that I digress into their things. No, ladies and gentlemen, my fault. No, my fault. My fault. We are actually here to. I don't know why I did that whole thing. We're here to break down, you know, the seed that they're expecting, right? Their daughter, you know what I'm saying? We can see congratulations to them, you know, they're pregnant. We're here to break down, you know, the seed, and it's not about their baby, you know what I'm saying, their child that's coming. It's about, you know, the generation, you know, the collective of people that are going to come from here on out. You know, we have all these generations coined, right? Millennials, Gen Zs, Boomers, Alphas, this and that and the third. Bro, I swear, look, let me actually confirm it while we are on here, right? While we're online.
Hi there.
Yo, yeah, so quick question, co-pilot. The generation of people that are born from this year, 2025, moving forward, what's the generation called?
So it looks like the generation starting from 2025 is generally being referred to as Generation Beta. Yet they've basically moved on from Generation Alpha, which wraps up with those born by the end of 2024. The name Gen Beta is mostly just a proposed label, but is gaining traction among researchers. And hey, fun fact, since there's no ultimate authority that determines these generational names, they can be a bit flexible. But for now, Generation Beta is the label we're rolling with.
So is it a every 5-year period? Like, is it a every 5-year interval thing where the generations get a new name?
Nope, not quite. Actually, the length of each generation isn't set in stone, and it definitely isn't a neat 5-year interval. Generations usually span around 15 to 20 years, give or take. So, for instance, the baby boomers or millennials cover a much longer stretch. They're more like these broad cultural cohorts than anything too strict. So, hey, it's all a bit flexible and just helps us track different waves of people. What else
Okay. No problem. I just, you know.
Yeah, Tyler was still a tadpole at the time. He was mad small. So now she's pregnant again. You know what I mean? She's doing like a
Hey, with the little Gen Beta coming.
Perfect timing for us to spark the family channel.
And yeah, as I said, bro, it's not about Ty and his lady, right? It's about, this is actually a honorable recording, honorable video, you know, honorable mention for the new generation that's being born. Yes, y'all that was born yesterday and shit. Literally, it's 2025. Like, y'all seeing this video, yo, this actually might be. Hold on. Let me try and stretch my awareness of who might be watching this right now. Hold on. Let me try and stretch my awareness. So welcome to 2087. Welcome to 2087. Right. Hold on. In 2025. In 2025, right? Y'all were considered Gen Beta. Remember that? This video right here, youngins. Yes. This here is an honorable drop for y'all. No, for real. W y'all. You know me? Because now, you know, we can have a consolidation of information of how really, you know, things is with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Even the lessons that we can get from y'all. Even the you know, the lessons that we can learn from a generation like y'all, bro. So as I said, it's not just for this, it's an honorable drop for the whole collective. So shout out the betas, you know what I'm saying? Without further ado, so with that being said, we can go on with the Gareth family, right?
Back up. Now, I mean, so that's why we're here today. So today, we're gonna be doing best self, the intimacy cards. All right, so y'all gonna kind of get in our business as we learn some new things about each other, you know, where we're at mentally, you know, in our marriage. It's been 1 year in our marriage and about, what, 4 years into our relationship, something like that.
Okay. No, it's actually, well, W video. Wait, let me just go to ask, right? Let me see if that's the only thing they covering about the kid. Is there a voice generation thing on this thing? Hold on. If y'all can see that. Yeah, y'all can definitely see if there's a voice, because I want to ask it. How can I put it? Newborn baby. No, not the newborn baby. Upcoming baby. How do I put upcoming baby on the thing? But it sounds kind of like rude. It kind of like sounds. But they I should have said they're expecting, right? Upcoming baby, really, nigga? Let me see that. A couple mentions that Lena is pregnant again, and the upcoming baby is one. Expanding. Okay, they mention something about the pregnancy at 20 minutes. Let's go to that.
Now we're about to bring another kid, you know, so our family.
How you feel, bro? And you know, I'm also covering this to just, like, you know, find out how you feel, you know, brother Ty, man. You know what I mean? I don't know. In another universe, you probably bump into my video. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, just to ask you how you feeling, man. You about to, you know, you spearheading the Gen Beta, because you know, with every generation, like, according to the window of the time period, it's like it's either you were born at the beginning of that time period or at the end, at the tail end of that. Me myself, you know, end of millennial, you know, 96. So I mean, it's in my channel name, PHREYZ96, right? So 96. You know what I mean? So it's like tail end millennial, you know, into Gen Z type shit. So obviously my kind of I don't know. Okay, I don't know what makes me different from somebody who came at the beginning of millennial. You understand what I'm saying? There might be differences. Look, we shall consult my boy co-pilot. Remind me on the MOS, right? So yeah, my brother, I wonder how you feel, man. Ty Boogie, you know, you about to bring through, you know, the leaders of the generation beta, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying how that feel, bro. Be honest, how that feel, boy. I ain't gonna lie, I think I'm a little too happy for these guys then. You know what I'm saying? And it's their family, it's not mine.
Expanding, and then, you know, us having a new house.
Yep.
This is a new chapter, you know, like we're growing together.
Right.
We've always been growing. We've done long distance. We've done so many things.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like it's
Long
been a
distance,
minute,
right.
I know, but in a short, not many people do it how we did it. Like,
Long distance.
Yeah, I think that was
And
about.
I forget we haven't did
I
that.
know, now it's like we're so used to living together now, we're just like, yeah, okay, we do
Yeah,
it.
nah, I ain't gonna lie. The Garrett family, man. Y'all, I feel like y'all wanna grow. You know, actually, yes. If y'all wanna grow in things like, you know, healthy bonding, healthy bond type, dynamics within your relationship, and how to just like, you know, keep a healthy, sane character about yourself, healthy, sane psyche about yourself and your union with your partner, right? While you know, doing right by your partner. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this guy right here, man. Because as I said, I only know him. I never knew. Is it Layla? Yo, I'm about to butcher the name. My fault. Yeah, my fault. You know what I'm saying? I only knew Ty, you know, and just from the guy that he is, you know, the energy that he radiates and things like that. Look, I'm making it about Ty or whatever. It is what it is, man. He deserves like some good energy, you know what I'm saying, towards him, because that's what he emanates, right? Let me for lack of a better term. That's what he emanates. So, you know, congratulations again about the kid, but y'all know I'm just curious about just like the generation beta, bruh, because he's one of the parents that are about to usher in this new generation beta, nigga. You know, from 2025 till further notice. Now, co-pilot.
Hi. Hey, that's his way.
Yo, what characterizes a generation, right? Besides the year that people were born.
Well, way a generation is more than just a bunch of folks born around the same time. Each generation tends to have shared experiences like major historical events, cultural trends, or technological shifts that shape how they see the world. It's a mix of social attitudes, values, and experiencing that kind of tie them together. So what generation do you feel you relate to the most?
Okay, let's begin here. I'm born 96. Like, what's the generation am I according to you, bro? There's a whole lot of sources that like tell me different stuff, bro. Like, what's up with that? Like, according to you, what generation am I as per my birth year, nigga?
Yeah, 96 is like that classic generational cusp. You're generally considered part of Generation Z, but you might have a little bit of a millennial vibe too, because you're kind of on that edge. It's not a hard line. It's more like a blending of characteristics. So how do you feel about being on that generational boundary? Do you lean more Gen Z or more millennial?
What's the difference between the two generations in terms of human, just my character, you know? What's the difference?
So when it comes to character, it's really just about the influences that shaped you growing up. For example, if you're new Gen Z, you probably had the internet and social media as a big part of your life from pretty early on. If you got a bit of millennial in you, maybe you remember a time before everything was digital. It's really just about those cultural touchstones that help shape your personality.
Oh,
so
I see. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, when we're talking about the internet, man, yeah, I do remember. Especially, nigga, from a third world country, boy. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to even like the internet, like just pulling up and flooding the scene, you know what I'm saying, within my environment. It's like, yo, I was late primary school, you know what I'm saying, just about to go to high school. It's just about to hit high school. Well, that was like my first cell phone, nigga. Yeah, that was my first cell phone, I ain't gonna lie. Okay, so, nah, I get that. Now, what, how, okay, so, the new generation, generation beta, right? What are people projecting they might, you know, come out as? Like, what will be the significant thing that makes them unique from the rest of the generations so far? Like, what are people picking up so far?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's dig into that. So Gen Z, they're often known for being super tech savvy because they've been online basically their whole lives. They're big on authenticity, inclusivity, social activism, and they really value transparency. Probably more than previous generations, they're a bit more likely to question traditional norms and champion individual expression. So do you feel like those traits resonate with you, or do you see yourself a little differently?
No, I do. I feel like I kind of understand the integration of even, you know, these newer developments, you know what I'm saying, especially fourth industrial revolution type things, you know what I mean? Like, I see even its relevance. I apply you know, most of these things. I mean, we out here online, we trying to, you know what I'm saying, we trying to do a whole, there's a whole bunch of intentions for why people are out here online creating content even, but I see the relevance, the importance, yeah, of the presence of how things are, right? How things presently are. You feel what I'm saying? So, so, you know, I resonate with that. You know, so I resonate with that. They cool with me. They cool with me.
Awesome. I'm glad that resonates with you. Sounds like you're really leaning into that Gen Z vibe. They've got a lot going for them, challenging norms, pushing for change, and just being real. So what's something unique about you that you feel really sets you apart?
What kind of intimate connection do you think is gonna mean more for Gen Beta? I'm willing to bet it's probably like virtual connection, right? Online date. Wait, yeah, that's actually a good question. Do you think online dating is about to boom to a point where physical dating is gonna be non-existent within the next 25 years?
Well, you're really tapping into some big picture stuff here, and I love it. You know, it's hard to predict exactly what's going to vanish in 25 years, but I do think some older technologies or ways of doing things might fade out. Maybe traditional forms of transportation will evolve, or certain manual tasks will be fully automated. On the flip side, it also means new tech and new ways of living will pop up. It's all part of the fun in the future.
I'm talking about dating. I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to look out for, yeah, this generation beta, bro. Like, how will dating look like? Like, what will they find most significant? And I'm only asking this because you cannot ask them that right now. I mean, you know, you saw Type Boogie baby ain't even born yet. They don't even, you know what I'm saying? There's a whole lot of development that still has to happen. So they cannot speak right now. But however, I am so curious, bro. How do you think intimacy is gonna look like for them? Be honest, bro. Alright, co-pilot, be honest with me, please.
Yeah, Vicious' way. I'll keep it real with you. I mean, we can't ask Gen Beta just yet since they're not even around, but it's still fascinating to think about. I imagine that intimacy for them could be a mix of both physical and digital connections. Maybe even more immersive virtual experiences on top of real-life relationships. I think they'll value authenticity and genuine connection just like we do, but their ways of creating those bonds might be pretty futuristic. So yeah, it's all about the human emotions at the end of the day. Just
pretty futuristic. Their ways will be. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I like the sound of that. And yes, I am a curious ass motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? I just needed to know, man. I just needed to know, you know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of wave of human is we expecting, man? Isn't that's how, you know, humans is classified, bro? It's just, well, the wave of human. Right, so that we can be able to identify the collective's ways of just directions of thinking and how their free will is gonna be affected by things and the decisions that they'll make and how soon they'll have their own kids. Man, come on, bro. To make these kind of projections, these kind of, you know what I'm saying, predictions, we gotta know. I guess I'm just trying to beat everybody to the punch. My bad. I'm mad forward sometimes.